We are approaching the midway point of the Premier League season, and it is another vital clash today for Manchester United. They take on Burnley to start our highlights coverage, and then in the Champions League we are back again for the final time for now, as in Group E, the winner of this match will literally take all, as Napoli take on Manchester United for the top of the group. Highlights from both those games coming up next. Welcome to Old Trafford for the latest chapter in the Premier League to be written. Manchester United taking on Burnley off the back of a 2-game winning streak now, as form continues to be kind of growing back into this team. And what a time to do it, with the likes of Spurs and Arsenal dropping points last weekend. It didn't thrust United back into the title race by any means today, last time out. But it certainly was a statement of intent that they're not completely out of this yet. They're actually debuting a new kit this afternoon with the black shorts as opposed to the white ones they started the season with. So hopefully this might bring them some new luck today. It is more from the kind of second unit, as it were, with many players being rested due to rotation. It is a busy period. And here's Akadus Malik already with the strike. And Mason Greenwood keeps his place. No surprises there. Good tackle there by Wan-Bissaka. Headed forward there by Jones. Similar to Sanchez, to Greenwood, back to Malik. Sanchez has kept running. 1-0. Yeah, Alexis Sanchez again. He's getting amongst the goals for United too. And finally, there is some positive form coming out of this side now. They seem really up for it. Alexis Sanchez with another goal. 2 and 3 here, and again more Popovich style football: pass, shoot, goal. A typical Gregg Popovich move, and finally something is going right with Manchester United side. It's been very hard to come by, but now it is starting to click and starting to work. And like we said against Crystal Palace, maybe this period, which Popovich has struggled with in the past, with all the struggles being more recent than it now, maybe the reverse can happen this season, and boy would Popovich take that. Wasn't the best of passes by Malik, to be fair. Well, what an absolutely scorching first half by Manchester United. It's amazing the score is only 1-0. Joe Hart has kept Burnley in it, but United have just been relentless, and they continue their form they showed at Crystal Palace, and they're really red hot now. Manchester United 1, Burnley 0, and I don't think it'll be the ending scoreline if any of the Manchester United players had to say in it. There's Jones again. Greenwood pulls, and Jones delivers. Joe Hart, and Malik is going to shoot. It's going to miss. Oh, and Malik, it's an open goal. The man who has got 2 in 2. I mean, credit him for the shot. Oh, it's the wrong side of the foot. It's the wrong part of the foot. And it's let Malik down. He's been really good in the second half, to be fair. And here come Manchester United yet again. Igalo will shoot! Oh, ho, ho, ho. Igalo will shoot it alright. Igalo makes it 2-0. And United finally, their persistence has paid off. Igalo is only the man on loan from Shanghai club. Stepped up, bang. And Joe Hart, who's been really good in the second half, not able to save that. Headed forward by Matic. Burnley have played a lot of aerial balls today, and have lost almost every single one of them. Well, Manchester United should be further ahead than this, but they'll take the 3 points in a league they need to. And we are approaching that time again, Fergie time. But the game has already been wrapped up. In fact, it was probably wrapped up by the start of the second half, because Manchester United have been impeccable today. And his first touch wasn't great. And that is the end of the game. Manchester United, an unstoppable force for Burnley today. Nothing they could do about them at all. A clean sheet with David De Gea and 2 wonderfully taken goals. Manchester United on top form. United 2, Burnley 0. It was an easy one. So coinciding with our coverage today, here are the rest of the results. Aston Villa and Crystal Palace with a 2-2 draw. As Aston Villa continue to gain a lot of points this season, to be fair. Sheffield United brought back down to earth by Wolves with a 1-0 loss there today. Tottenham Hotspur back on song, still unbeaten for the entire season, however, with a 2-0 win against Bournemouth. Arsenal 4, Brighton of Albion 1. Finally, the pendulum has swung back for Mikel Arteta, but with Spurs continuing to remain unbeaten, that season slump that he had might have just cost him later down the line. Watford 3, Southampton 0. Chelsea and Manchester City play each other to a 1-1 draw. Liverpool lost to Leicester City today against former manager Brendan Rodgers. Everton beating West Ham by a 0-0, and Norwich City finally getting a win on the board against Newcastle United by 3-0. Let's have a look at what that means for the league table then. And well, Tottenham Hotspur continue to dominate under Jose Mourinho. Still no losses on the board for them this season. Chelsea still a further 6 points or so behind. Everton are third, but Manchester United are starting to climb the table now with their third in a row, and they are behind Everton on matter of a stab, which isn't goal difference it seems like. Arsenal going up to 5th it says, but I think they've dropped to... They probably have gone up to 5th actually. West Ham dropped to 6th, with Leicester City, Aston Villa moving up to 9th, and Liverpool completing the top 10. It's been a very below par season for Liverpool, to be honest. Down at the bottom, it is still Sheffield United now rooted to the bottom with Norwich City's win, and Burnley dropped into the relegation zone for the first time this season, as Watford, I think, have climbed out. Welcome to the final group game of this season's Champions League, and in Group A it is a case of winner takes all. The group has already been decided, with Manchester United and Napoli comfortably through despite Manchester United's shaky start at the beginning of this stage, but the winner will literally take the top honours, and normally the top of the group means a easier matchup in the group than the last 16, although of course in the Champions League there's no such thing as an easy match. It's just a easier one than you would get if you were second. But Manchester United, well, they got over their struggles, haven't they? They're coming off a 3-game win streak in the league, hoping to take that momentum forward. And Popovich, even though he doesn't have to win this match, because he is the Group E leader on 10 points with Napoli on 8, he's taking no chances. He's sending most of his A squad out today, including the likes of David De Gea and Juan Mata and Paul Pogba and Alex Telles and Diego Dallo. Almost no chances being taken by Popovich. The only real change probably would be Andreas Malik partnered up with Mason Greenwood this evening. But as you can see, all taking no chances. Rashford drops to the bench, as does Jesse Lingard and Nemanja Matic. But with Pogba and Fernandes available, you're probably going to play them more often than not, and Mata is there for experience factor also. It's not the traditional front three. Martial is behind the 2 strikers, and I think it's going to be this new formation that Gregg Popovich will be adapting for the rest of the season, because really he is relying on the individual brilliance of Martial and Rashford and Greenwood this season, because they have been individually brilliant, in particular Mason Greenwood and Anthony Martial. Because obviously, as we reported a lot of times this season, the second unit is normally the one that struggles the most under Coach Popovich at the moment. As Allen cuts inside, he was twisting and turning out Koulibaly, but the rest of the defence stood firm, as Mason Greenwood has to pick out another assist, because Mason Greenwood can do no wrong at the moment. He's just on such a roll this season. I believe the first group match between these two was a draw, and there is already for Mason Greenwood. He's off the post. Can he get the rebound? Yes, he can. Mason Greenwood scores again. It's an inevitability, and of course it's Mason Greenwood who scores. And another beautiful pass. I think it was by Bruno Fernandes, if anybody. And yes, it was Fernandes. Oh, what a ball. Mason Greenwood once again latching on to the brilliance. Unfortunately, Fernandes is not going to get an assist because the initial shot came off the post. But I don't think Fernandes will particularly care. He will care about his team being in front. That is Paul Scholes' pass by Bruno Fernandes, the man wearing Paul Scholes' number, but he left behind at the end of his career before coming back, incidentally, a few months later. And we're losing for Wenshaw, and I believe it was Manchester United's latest title win, which was 7 seasons ago now. It's been such a barren streak in the league for Manchester United. They have won trophies along the way under Jose Mourinho with the Europa League and the Carabao Cup. Here's Mata, and here's Lindelof, and here's Dallo. Back to Mata. Martial. Malik. Greenwood. Fernandes. And goal. And typical Gregg Popovich football ends in another goal for Bruno Fernandes, returning the favour by Mason Greenwood. Look at this pass. 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 Bruno Fernandes left it pass, and then shot, and then goal. In a typical Gregg Popovich move, that was beautiful from Fernandes to fake out the jump there. And Martial, well, Greenwood rather, well, he didn't give the Fernandes the assist, but he'll take one of his own. Manchester United 2 up and in the clear for the moment. Looks like being a rather comfortable night once again for Manchester United. United got it away anyway. Martial, Greenwood, wonderful play once again. Here's Tellez. And here is for Mason Greenwood. It's straight at the keeper. Greenwood puts it on off the rebound. And it's a rout. It's an absolute rout. Mason Greenwood again. He just cannot stop scoring this season. We say it so often. It's becoming redundant. Well, Manchester United have to feel atop in the group tonight. No let up. 3 goals to 0. And again, it's just wonderful play by United. They are probably by far the best and most entertaining team on the ball. Look at that header for Greenwood to find Tellez. And then look at this ball. Okay, Tellez doesn't get the assist, but Mason Greenwood is just picking up scraps and getting goals for his effort. What a ball from Tellez this is. Look at that ball. Absolutely pitch perfect into the path of Greenwood. And he just cannot stop scoring. He'll pick up scraps if it means he scores. And I'm not even sure how many goals Mason Greenwood has scored over the course of the season, but I would say it's a lot. And he's contributed to another 2 here today. Napoli 0, United 3, and it's turned into a rather simple night for Coach Popovich so far as we approach the final 10 minutes of the first half. Here's Nzinj, and he's going to be dealt with by Lindelof. And that is the end of a thumping first half for United. Top of the group tonight, and it almost looks certain, doesn't it? 2 goals from Mason Greenwood, another 2, and then a third from Bruno Fernandes. Napoli, there seems no way back for them. Napoli 0, Manchester United 3. And they will be topping the group after such a shaky start with a loss against Genk. And here they come again. Forward, Martial to Greenwood, and it's 4-0, and it's all over. And Mason Greenwood has a match ball. And he runs into the net. And he has a match ball for tonight in the Champions League. What a night for the boy. As Mason Greenwood continues his goal-scoring form and prowess. This kid is a surefire world-class striker. Or at least heading in that direction. Martial, brilliant pass. Martial and Greenwood have been the stars of the show. As opposed to Marcus Rashford in the last 2 seasons with the Coach Pop. It looks like Mason Greenwood and Martial are now stepping into his shoes, which is a good thing, because obviously the load that Marcus Rashford has had to carry on his own for the most part, alongside Martial, has probably prompted some tiredness from him. Maybe that's why United have fallen behind so much. But now, with some more strike, with Greenwood, Martial, and even Malik hitting form now, the burden will take and be less on Marcus Rashford, and now he can rely on some support members to score with him. And it's certainly helping tonight. 4 goals to 0 and looking incomparable. But I guess not. You can hear the Manchester United fans, they're not happy with that decision. Now we're gone, and United relatively comfortable so far. Insigne, Koulibaly flies at it, it falls to... Oh, what a magnificent save by David De Gea that was. And who did it fall to here? It's great defending by Koulibaly from Insigne. It falls to someone, and oh, that is a magnificent save by David De Gea. It's saves like that still put him on top when it comes to best goalkeeper in the world at the moment. Insigne just going to take the short corner to Calderon. I think it was Calderon that it fell to. The initial shot. And Calderon, and he puts it into the box and scores. And a lot of teams have been doing that. They've been running into the box and just taking the scraps. It is a bit of a way back for Napoli, but we'll see. And this has been the tactic from opposing teams this season. And again, everyone's behind the ball. So it's not like United are defending poorly. It's a strange conundrum, but as we said earlier, United just score more goals. And Pogba was there with him. He did well to make that shot for himself. Calderon, we'll give him credit. Napoli 1, United 4. Tellez heads away. And it'll go out for a throw. And surely that'll be the end of the game. It is a comfortable night for Manchester United. A match ball for Mason Greenwood. Bruno Fernandes getting the other. And, well, it was just a simple night. Napoli and Manchester United both qualify tonight. But it's Manchester United that win the group after a thumping display. Napoli 1, Manchester United 4. So let's take a look at the scores from the final group game in the Champions League this season and what that means for the groups before the last 16 is drawn. Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain both scoring but ultimately drawing on the night with a 1-1 draw, and that's the same result for Galatasaray and Club Brugge in Group A as well. Chelsea fell to Bayern Munich by a goal to 0 tonight. Olympiacos getting a rather expected win, I guess, against the Young Boys. 4 goals to 2 was the scoreline there. Manchester City have also recovered from their shaky start by winning 1-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk. I do believe that puts them through. Atlanta, I think, have suffered their first loss of the stage, losing to Dinamo Zagreb by 2 goals to 0. Juventus have had a bit of a shaky Champions League, but they do beat Atletico Madrid by a goal to 0 tonight, which I think means they just about scraped through. Lokomotiv Moscow and Bayer Leverkusen playing each other to a 1-1 draw. Genk and Krasnodar was 0-0 in the end, but Napoli and Manchester United have already confirmed their place in the last 16 in Group E. Barcelona beating Porto by 3 goals to 0. Inter Milan beating Slavia Praha by 4 goals to 2. Zenit beating Benfica by a goal to 0. My apologies. Dynamo Kiev and Lyon winning by 2 goals to 0. Liverpool beating Ajax by a goal to 0. And Lille finally Lille beating Valencia by a goal to 0. So what that means for the final groups then, PSG and Real Madrid had a stalemate in points in the end, but I'm not sure what PSG have got the lead on here, because most of their stats are the same. I guess it's 4 goals that have, Real Madrid have got 13. That's a strange stat because the goal difference I believe is 9 and Real Madrid should have that. So a bit of a confusion in Group A, but I guess the fact of the matter is that PSG and Real Madrid were long since through. Club Brugge and Galatasaray finished the group, and Galatasaray only earned a point throughout the whole stage. Bayern Munich and Chelsea, it's the same result. It's a more and more clear cut, with Bayern Munich earning 16 of the 18 points available throughout. Chelsea on 12 through into second place, but Olympiacos and Young Boys were out of it a long time ago. And Lantana have a stellar Champions League record, but they lost tonight. But they do progress as group winners. Manchester City's vital win against Saint-Germain means they do go through into second place. But it was a tight one for Pep Guardiola, wasn't it? In Group D, it's Bayer Leverkusen and also Juventus getting through by the skin of their teeth. Thanks to a win against Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen go through as group winners though. Manchester United, after a very shaky start against Genk, really recovered well to win the group in the end, with Napoli in down there in second. Kaysers, I think even with the win today, I don't think they would have made it, as Napoli probably would have just had it on goal difference, I would assume. Look at that, goal difference of 12 for Manchester United, and that didn't even look possible at the start of the stage. It's an impeccable 18 out of 18 for Barcelona, with dominating the group, with Porto going through into second, and Inter Milan and Antonio Conte, despite the many players that Antonio Conte has bought, he is out of the Champions League and he will drop to the Europa League, and it's a very poor result overall for Inter Milan. Benfica are the winners in Group G, followed by Dynamo Kiev. Unfortunately for Lyon, it wasn't enough, and Zenit finished over as well. So it was a very tight-knit group in Group G at one point. Benfica have dominated, gone through rather, as have Dynamo Kiev. Excuse me. And finally, in Group H, Liverpool only losing the once, but they have finished 4 points ahead of Lille. And for Ajax and Valencia, it was over a long time ago. And that is your Champions League groups. We'll be out with the draws very soon.